It always starts small, right? Homework, sharing a toy, putting on shoes so you can finally leave the house. And then boom, your child spirals. Yelling, crying, shutting down. It looks like defiance, feels like a tantrum, but often it's their brain stuck in a powerful frustration loop they genuinely don't know how to escape. This isn't about a bad kid or a naughty moment. It's a brain that's overwhelmed. And the good news, you can help them get unstuck. It's not about punishments or rewards. It's about connection. In this video, I'm going to walk you through a simple 5-step framework to break that frustration loop using science-backed techniques like co-regulation and genuine curiosity. These tools will help guide your child from the helpless feeling of I can't to the empowered moment of I figured it out. Whether they're 4 and crying over a puzzle or 14 and shutting down over algebra. The why. What is the frustration loop? Before we get into how, we have to understand the why. So what is this frustration loop really? Think of your child's brain as a computer with way too many tabs open. When they hit a challenge, a tough maths problem, a block tower that keeps falling, their brain tries to find a solution. But when that solution doesn't come easily, their emotional brain, the amygdala, starts blasting out distress signals. It's like a smoke detector that won't turn off. Now, in an adult brain, our fully developed prefrontal cortex, our inner CEO, the logical part, can usually calm that alarm and think through the problem. But in kids and even teens, that part of the brain is still under construction. They don't have that reliable lid for the boiling pot yet. So the emotional alarm just gets louder and louder, flooding their system with stress hormones. Their thinking brain effectively goes offline. At this point, they are no longer choosing to be difficult. They are neurologically stuck. They can't access logic. They can't hear your reasoning, and they definitely can't problem solve. They're caught. Frustration causes emotional flooding, which blocks problem solving, which, you guessed it, causes more frustration. Trying to reason with them in this state is like trying to use a TV remote to drive a car. It's the wrong tool for the job. To break the loop, you have to start by making them feel safe. And that's where our 5-step model begins. The 5-step model to unlock the loop. This model is built on 2 simple but powerful ideas: co-regulation and curiosity. Co-regulation just means you lend your calm to your child when they can't find their own. Curiosity means you become a guide to their own solutions instead of just handing them the answers. Let's break it down. Step 1, pause and co-regulate. Build safety. Your first job isn't to fix the problem. It's to be the calm in their storm. When your child is flipping out, your own nervous system is the most powerful tool you have. Before you say or do anything, take a deep breath yourself. Seriously, your calm is contagious. Then you connect. So for younger children aged between 3 and 6, your 4-year-old just launched their building blocks because their tower fell again. So instead of, we don't throw things, get down on their level. Use a soft voice and say something like, wow, that was so frustrating when the tower fell. I can see you're feeling really mad right now. You aren't approving the throw, you're validating the giant feelings that caused it. Your quiet presence is an anchor for their overwhelmed system. For older children aged between 13 and 18, your teen's staring at a blank history essay due tomorrow and just slammed their laptop shut. They probably don't want a hug. Co-regulation with a teen might just mean being there without being pushy. You could sit nearby or say, this looks incredibly frustrating. I'm just going to be in the kitchen if you need to vent. You're offering solidarity without pressure. Sometimes just breathing in the same room is all it takes to help their systems power down. The goal here is simple. Signal to their brain that they are safe. That's what allows the thinking brain to come back online. Step 2, observe and validate with curiosity. Okay, the emotional hurricane is starting to die down. Your next job is to become a detective, not a judge. You want to help them feel seen and understood. This is how you build the trust that lets them shift from acting out to talking it out. So for younger children aged between 3 and 6, with the block tower disaster, you can gently observe, that was a really big crash. Then a simple open-ended question. What happened right before it fell? You're not looking for a detailed report, you're just trying to shift their focus from the huge feeling of everything is ruined to a tiny, manageable thought. You just nod and listen. To them, it is a big deal. For older children aged between 13 to 18, your teen finally looks up. Approach with gentle curiosity. Try to avoid why questions, which can sound like an accusation. So instead of why haven't you started, try something like, seems like getting that first sentence down is the hardest part. What's feeling stuck? This invites them to name the specific point of friction, which is the first step to fixing anything. When you validate their feelings, you're telling them the emotion is okay, even if the behavior wasn't. That's what allows them to drop their defenses. If this is clicking for you, hit subscribe so you don't miss the next one, and tell me in the comments, what frustration loop does your child get stuck in? Your stories help other parents feel less alone. Step 3, prompt with gentle questions and choices. Now that your child is calmer and feels heard, you can gently guide them back towards their own problem-solving brain. The key is to offer scaffolding, not solutions. You're not taking over, you're empowering them with small, manageable choices. So for younger children aged between 3 and 6, back at the block tower, you can offer 2 simple, constructive choices. The tower fell, that's true. Should we try building it with a wider bottom this time? Or should we use these bigger blocks first? This gives them a sense of control and a clear place to start, teaching them how to think through a problem by doing it with them. For older children, aged between 13 and 18. For the essay-stuck teen, offer strategic choices that break down the task. I get it, starting is the worst. What if we try writing just one absolutely terrible paragraph for 10 minutes? Or would it feel easier to just map out 3 main ideas on a whiteboard? This lowers the stakes and breaks the paralysis of trying to be perfect. This step is where their confidence gets rebuilt. They are the one making the choice and taking the action. Step 4, practice and model, the redo. Sometimes frustration comes from a simple skill gap. This is about turning a meltdown into a teachable moment. Once everyone is calm again, think of it as a redo. So for a younger child, aged between 3 to 6, let's say the frustration was about a friend grabbing their toy. Later, when things are chill, you can say, remember how mad you felt when Jamie took the car? Let's practice for next time. I'll be Jamie. What could you say if you want to turn? Then you can role play with them, saying, can I have that when you're done, please? You're giving them a script, building social skills in a low-stakes way. For an older child aged between 13 to 18, maybe your teen is fuming about a group project where they're doing all the work. You can brainstorm with them. It's so frustrating to feel like you're carrying the whole team. How could you approach them? We could even practice. What if you sent a group text like, hey, let's make a quick plan to divide up the rest. When's a good time for a 5-minute chat? Practicing the words with you can give them the confidence to handle the real thing. This step turns vague advice into a concrete practiced skill. Step 5, celebrate and reflect. This last step is what makes the learning stick and builds long-term resilience. It's not about praising the final product. It's about celebrating the effort. For a younger child aged 3 to 6, they rebuilt the tower and it's standing. Instead of a generic good job, get specific. Wow, you tried again with those bigger blocks on the bottom and you kept working even when it got wobbly. Look how your hard work made it stay up. High five. You're connecting their effort directly to their success. For an older child aged 13 to 18, your teens has a paragraph written. Acknowledge the mountain they just climbed. I'm so impressed with how you pushed through that writer's block. I know it was tough and you didn't give up. How does it feel to have something on the page now? Then add a quick reflective question. What do you think helped you get unstuck? This helps them internalize the strategy for next time. This reflection is what turns a single moment of you helping them regulate into a lifelong skill of them regulating themselves. So, the 5 steps to unlocking your child's brain are: 1. Pause and co-regulate. Be their calm, safety first. 2. Observe and validate. Be a detective. Show them you get it. 3. Prompt with choices. Be a guide, not a boss, and empower them to act. 4. Practice and model. Turn a meltdown into a practice session. And 5. Celebrate and reflect. Praise the process, not just the win, to build resilience. These intense moments of frustration are not just things to get through. They're opportunities. Opportunities to deepen your connection, to teach life-changing skills, and to show your child that no feeling is too big to handle when you're by their side. You're not just stopping a tantrum, you're building a more resilient, capable, and emotionally intelligent person. You're giving them the tools to move from I can't to I figured it out for the rest of their lives. Thank you so much for watching. If this was helpful, please subscribe and maybe share it with another parent who could use it. Check out our Patreon page and socials for more resources and take a look at our Mindful Apparel store to add calm reminders to your everyday life. Links are in the description. And remember, you've got this.